So this is access modifiers. What is this? So the access modifiers in Java specifies specified the accessibility ability or scope of a method, structure, or class. Okay, so basically in simple sentence we have four access modifier. One is public, one is private, one is default, and one is protected. Okay, so these are modifiers name. Now scope or accessibility mean how you can access. So any class, okay, or any class, for example, you declare as a public. That means you can access package level, any package level. Okay, so any package level, when I say, you can see this session 1 2 3 4 8, right? These all are package. So you can access from session like session 8. Okay, if you are in session 8 you can access classes from session 1 or 2. We'll see demo. Okay, we'll see, but just for understanding, if any class or method or constructor, like, or variables also, okay, instance variable also mention as a public, you can access package level within the package, like any package. Okay, so you can access if it's a public. If it's a private, then within the class level, in the same class. Okay, within the same class. So suppose if you create any class as a private, you can only access other classes or other methods, other constructor within that class. You cannot access other class, other package classes. Okay, within the same class level only you can access that. I will show you all these things. This is just a definition. Okay, now this is default. Default also similar within same package. So public and default, there is only difference within the package. Okay, suppose if you have three classes and all classes are declared as a default, then you can only access within the same package. Okay, you can't access other package, but for public you can access any package, right? Any package. This is only the difference between public and default. Default you can access within the same package level, all the classes you can access, but private within the same class, not even within the same package with other class. Okay, and protected is within same package within same package and subclasses of other package. So this is just high level. You should know. We'll see later subclass and things. Now we are just covering these three subclass and all. We'll do sometime after some time. Okay. So this is what mostly use public, default, private, okay, and protected. Like okay, this is only. Any questions so far? You didn't understand the definition? We'll create a program. We'll show you how it works. Okay. So let me create another package. Session 9. Okay. So, so the first one is public, right? Public is what? Access any package level. Okay. So we'll create one class. Public modifier demo. Okay. Okay. So this is public modifier demo. Now what I'm going to do is suppose I want to create one simple method, okay, simple variable only, string name. This is instance variable, right? Within the class we have. So John, for example, this is the name, right? Okay. So because this is my class is public, right? If I declare this variable also as a public, I can do it. Okay. We can declare modifier like class or instance variable or constructor. We have a definition, right? So anything we can declare, okay, as a public. Okay. Now this is our one variable. So we are not going to write main method here because we want to access this variable from different package class. Okay. Now I'm going to session 1, suppose data types. Okay. Now here we have a method, right? Let me just comment these things. These things we don't require, right? Okay. Now this is package 9 and this is package 1. So what I want? I want this variable I should access in package 1, right? This is what my purpose. So how to do that? Any idea?
Using extends.
Sorry?
Extend.
No, it's object oriented, right? So whatever you want to do from one class to another class, you have to first create the object for that class. So what we are going to do, we'll create object for this public modifier here. This is the class name. Now create one object, public modifier. Okay, like put like this, equal to new public modifier demo, right? So this is our class package at 9 and this is our, right? This is also public, this is also public. Now what you want? You want to access, right? Dot this name, right? This name is coming from where? From here only, right? So now let me take a printout. We'll put here. Now what we want this name, right? Suppose pm1 dot name, right? So we are able to do this, right? Let me run data type. So if you want to access um, one class data in another class, right? See, John is printing, right? This is the John. Uh, so basically, how to access uh, from one class to another class? First, your class name, then create one reference variable equal to new class name. Which class name? The required class name, right? The session 9, this class name. And after that, if it has some method, you can also call if it's a public. Now see the difference. Now public, you are clear, right? You can access within any package. So this is the definition, access any package level. So public, we can access from one package to another package. Okay. Now the moment I remove, the second one is what? Private. Okay. The moment I put suppose private. Okay. So now if it's a private, you should not see, you are getting error, right? See, and if I hover, it is showing name has a private access in session 9, public modifier demo. Okay, make this demo as a public. That means if you are making any class as a public or instance variable or method, you can only use within the class. It will not going to work in different uh, packages. Okay, public means private means within the same class. Okay, so now let me change it. Okay, so this is the use of, so within the same class you have a access. You can only do whatever if it's a within the uh, same class. Okay, now if I make remove this, so by default even this one also, if I put like this, okay, by default this is considered, let me comment this thing. By default this is considered as a default. So what is the definition? Within the same package, right? So within the same package. So let me export it. Okay, now within the same package, we'll see within the same package we can access. So both are default. If nothing is there, then it's a default. Okay, now within the same package, they are saying now we'll create another class, default modifier demo. Okay, okay. So same within the same package, see package both are same only, right? Okay, now I want to access, right, this John. It's because it's a default. Still I can do it from here. So let me create a main method here first to execute the program. Now tell me what I have to do to access from here these things. How you will access public modifier demo in this class? Let me write the syntax. Syntax is first class name, first class name, then reference variable equal to new class name. This is the syntax class name. So syntax for accessing other class properties. Okay. Now can anyone tell me how to access?
कोई बोल रहा है?
आप बोलो.
हाँ तो वही पब्लिक मॉडिफायर डेमो इक्वल टू नया वाला डाल दो, न्यू
Public modifier demo.
इक्वल टू
Hmm,
Create variable man. Variable
where
name. Uh,
या
New again class name.
क्लास नेम या
so we have created here. Now if I am to get, so
Or dot name.
where dot name,
Can
right?
add it
Now I will access here. So I'll say where dot
डॉट
name.
नेम.
So I should able to access because it's a default no matter but within the same package. So I should able to access it.
So if it is
Okay.
default, then I cannot access it from the another package. It is
Right, right, right. So
so,
so if it's a default, okay, now it's a default only, right?
mhm.
Default you can only access within the package.
Okay,
If it's a private, then no
within the
matter
class.
if you are within the package also you cannot do. If I am now see public, now you should get error here. You can't access it. Suppose
पब्लिक आ जाएगा ना,
for
प्राइवेट में नहीं
no, no,
आएगा.
no, not private. I want to say private. Sorry. So if I say private, okay, suppose I am putting here private, so we are getting error because name has
हम्म.
a private, so we cannot access. So this is as simple as that. If anything, any method, any instance variable, or any class is mentioned as public, then we can access anywhere, okay, or access any package level, any package, okay, anywhere in any package. Public means accessible from where? From everywhere, okay. The moment you say private, within the same class, okay, the moment you say private within the same class only you can access. You can't go even out of the class, like session level you can't, okay. The package level you can't access it. Default means within the package level only. If you have multiple classes, you can talk to each other, okay. You can call by creating the object of that class. You can access the all these properties, okay. Protected would be the within the same package, but it's only subclasses and it's subclasses level of other package. So this is little bit complicated as of now. I will not going to explain you, but these three things, are you clear?
Yes.
No doubt, right? Any doubt, you can, I can clear it now. So the thing, apply this access modifier, right? All these modifiers applied for instance variable. This is our instance variable, right? And it's applied for methods, even for class, constructor, all. So constructor, we have not covered constructor, but we can also make constructor as a public, private, and all. Okay, so this is the syntax, how to call, you know, access for other. Just you have to create the, first you have to mention the class name, which class you want to access, then reference variable equal to new that class name. Then by using this reference variable, you can access all the properties, dot all these properties. It will automatically display. Suppose here is it's a name, so name will display. So
इसमें
okay,
कंस्ट्रक्टर
this
कौन सा है?
constructor will come. There is no constructor here. Okay, we'll cover now constructor. Are you clear with these things and all? Then I can proceed for
So
constructor part.
we say this as a modifier. Okay.
Sorry, these are the
The modifiers.
modifier. Yeah, access modifier. Basically, these are the access modifiers. Means you can access which level. So any class you can make as a default also. Any class, any package, like any variable, any method you can put these things. So always in main method you see public, right? Public static, because public means it can be accessible from anywhere, everywhere. That's why they put, this is the standard for the main method, they put public, so that you can access anything. Okay, they could have, uh, if you do this right default, there would be syntax wise there is no error, right? There is no error, but this is not the way. That's why they put public. Okay, or suppose this class name also, if you remove public, it's okay, it will consider as a default. Okay, there is no error. Even the same goes for the variable. Okay, so it will, if by default if you don't put anything here, then it will consider as a default constructor, a default modifier. Okay, okay, now we'll see today another thing is constructor. Let me just bring you this one. I'm just removing this. Okay, now constructor. So what is constructor? So basically, a constructor in Java is a special method. Okay, so basically, constructor means is a kind of a special method that is used to initialize object. Okay, this is only the purpose. So the constructor is called basically when an object of the class is created. So suppose let me create one class. Structure demo. Okay. So now this is only class, right? So there is no constructor. Okay. When it on the constructor is called when you create an object. Okay. So suppose this is my main method, right? So when you create some object, when do you need to create an object? To access the that's a variable or something, right? So I'm saying int a equal to 10, right? Now you want to do the print out here, right? So you can do like this also, but it will give you error. Why? How to get the print of A? Can anyone tell? If I want to get a print of A, what I have to do? Why I'm
First, we
getting
need to
this
add
error?
method, right?
Sorry?
We need to add first method, right? In the constructor.
No, no, no. That will cover later. So now I just want to get the printout of this int value. What to do? Why I'm getting error?
प्रिंट तो वैसे ही करते हैं ना
हाँ प्रिंट
प्रिंट
वैसे ही
आउट
करता है पर क्यों एरर आ
जस्ट
रहा है
मोड
हमको
डॉट में
क्यों एरर आ रहा है
you are not adding the calling the you are not have declared the variable inside the main method. It's outside the main method. That's the reason you are not able to. First, you have to call the object.
That's correct.
Construct
So
dot
correct,
see. Voila.
correct. So it is see the very simple thing. If I just put here, okay, then it's okay. Suppose then I don't require. I can simply do what system.out.println a and there would be no issue. I can able because it is within the main method. That's why I do not need to create any object, right? I can simply just I can get the print of this, okay? Because within the main method. So if already I told if static, then we don't require to create any object to call, right? Already I mentioned in previous classes. But here the thing is different, right? Here this variable is in class level, right? For example, now if I want to access, can I do like this? Where equal to new where suppose system.out.println where dot a, will I get the output of a as a 10? You can have a many classes, right?
यस
You can have a
यस
many classes. So this is what we just cover, right? If you want to call any, you want to access any class properties, right? Any class variable or anything. So you have to create first the class name, then variable, reference variable, then new class name, and whatever you want to access, you can get it. Okay. This is what the thing. Okay. Now, what I said for the constructor, a constructor in Java is a special method. Okay, it's a kind of a method only that is used to initialize object. Okay, initialize object. The constructor is called when when an object of the class, you are creating now object. This is you are creating some object. Okay, object. Then it is used to initialize the value. We'll see now. Before we proceed to the constructor, we should know some rules. Okay, rules. What are the rules for constructor? So let me copy from here only. Constructor name, okay, must be the same as class name. Okay, means constructor name can't be different. Okay, it should be always, let me delete this line. Okay, so for constructor, right, for constructor it should be class name only. Okay, it can't have different name. Okay, it's a same as class name, and this is the syntax for a constructor. So for method we use this syntax, right? The bracket start, bracket close. So this is the syntax. So constructor can have a body, and also it can initialize value of the class. So a constructor can initialize the value of the class. It has a body and it is a special method, a kind of a special method. Okay, and constructor name should be same as class name. You can't say this, so this will consider as a method. Okay, but it's not a so if you do this, then it will consider as a constructor, because class name it's same as a class name. Okay, a constructor, suppose a constructor, okay, this point is already clear, right? A constructor name should be as class name, and a constructor must have no explicit return type. So it can't have a return type. Return type we have covered in previous session, right? There is return type. Let me show you. We did it return type, right? Somewhere, see another calculator one. Yeah. So here we have a return type, right? This. So the constructor can't have any return type. Okay. So it is also interview question. Can constructor return any is returning any value? No, constructor cannot return anything. Maybe it's a method, but it doesn't have a return type. Okay, it will not return anything, constructor. Okay, and also a constructor can be abstract, static, final. Okay, so this thing we'll cover later, that final and abstract, but yeah, it can be a static. If I say static, sorry, a constructor can have a static, um, modifier not allow, static not allow, structure. Okay, that we'll see. So as of now, just understand, constructor is a special kind of method, and a constructor only use the moment you create an object, that time only it will automatically, it will you know it will create. Okay, so we'll see a program without like constructor without parameter, and we'll write a program now. Okay, now I'm just removing this one. So the syntax you are right, this is the syntax. Constructor name as class name only. Okay, this is the syntax, and this is the body, it has a body. Okay, this is the syntax, same as class name. Whatever your class name, just if you will give this one, bracket start, bracket close. Now we'll just see. Okay, I'm saying int x. So this is also called attribute. Okay, attribute of class. This is also called attribute of class. Okay, now constructor without parameter. Okay, we'll create constructor without parameter. Okay, so this is our constructor name, bracket start, because it's a kind of a method only. So this is what our constructor. Okay, now initialize object. Suppose what I am doing in constructor, I can do initialize object. Okay, now I'm saying x 10. So here what I did, here I just declare, right? I just declare in class level this, but here this x I just initialize. Okay, initialize the value. Initialize the value value okay, within constructor. Okay, now we have to create a main method, for example. So in main method, what we'll do, how to access, now tell me.
Again, we need to create object.
Okay, object, how to create, tell me.
Constructor demo.
Constructor demo
MP or
obj
equal to new constructor.
new constructor. Okay, now I want system.out.println. Now what would be obj dot x, right? Now it is printing the value. Print the value of x. So if I run now, I'm getting 10, right? So what I did in class level, this is the instance, this is the variables, right? Or we can call attribute of the class. So here just I declared, I have not initialized. Even in main method also I have not initialized the value, right? I initialize the value in the constructor, right? So we can initialize the value within the constructor also. Okay, or here also I can do it, right? But constructor only, it will implicitly call the moment you create an object. The new constructor demo, it is you are creating an object, that time it will be in use. Okay, otherwise it will be no use of constructor. So again I am telling, a constructor in Java is a special method. Okay, it's a kind of a special method that is used to initialize an object. Okay, and the constructor is called when an object of the class is created, then it will call. If you don't create the object, it will not going to call. Okay, the moment you create the object, right, then only it will call the constructor, otherwise it will not going to call. And it can be used to set how why we use, suppose you want to it is used to set initialize value for the initialize, you can initialize, you can change. Okay, this is what you can do.
Okay, यहाँ पे x is your object, right?
Yeah, object,
And
no, x is not, x is variable, right?
okay, तो यहाँ पे object कौन सा है और constructor कौन सा है यहाँ पे?
ओके, तो ये जो है न्यू, राइट, हम जो ये लाइन लिखे, राइट, तो ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करने के लिए हमको कंस्ट्रक्टर, ये क्लास नेम पहला देना पड़ता है, देन रेफरेंस वेरिएबल, दिस इज आवर रेफरेंस वेरिएबल। ये न्यू जो है क्लास नेम, ये क्रिएट कर रहा है ऑब्जेक्ट। द मोमेंट यू राइट दिस लाइन, इट इज क्रिएटिंग ए ऑब्जेक्ट।
बट लास्ट टाइम मॉडिफायर में भी हमने मॉडिफायर के लिए तो वो छोड़ो, वो पब्लिक केस के लिए यूज किया था। अच्छा, तो ये जो ये क्लास नेम जो हमने डाला था, ये कंस्ट्रक्टर है क्या?
ये वाला, राइट, कंस्ट्रक्टर नेम एंड क्लास नेम शुड बी सेम, दिस इज द
ओके,
कंस्ट्रक्टर।
तो ओके, तो इसका काम क्या है?
कंस्ट्रक्टर ये ओके, सो कंस्ट्रक्टर का काम है कि आप वैल्यू अगर आपको यहाँ पे इनिशियलाइज, फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे आपने डिक्लेयर किया, फॉर एग्जांपल आपने यहाँ पे डिक्लेयर
नॉट
किया,
विद इन द क्लास एट, हाँ, तो
हाँ
दूसरे किसी पैकेज में या फिर
हाँ,
इसमें अगर डिफाइन किया।
फॉर एग्जांपल आप यहाँ पे मतलब यहाँ पे जस्ट आपने डिक्लेयर किया, बट मान लो आपको वैल्यू चेंज करना है, तो विद द कंस्ट्रक्टर ऑल्सो आप कर सकते हो, चेंज द वैल्यू कर सकते हो और इनिशियलाइज द वैल्यू कर सकते हो। दिस इज द यूज। और एक चीज मैं बता रहा हूँ, रुको। कंस्ट्रक्टर, ओके, अभी मुझे रन करना है, हाँ, फिर से। तो मेरा 10 इट्स आउटपुट। सो इफ आई रन नाउ, so now what is the difference? So now you can see constructor, this is why what I have written, right? So if you have two more than two three different output, right, wherever you have mentioned, so anything you write here, for example, it should be first, right, from here only, main method, right? Anything you are writing, the output come from the main method, but this is kind of a special method. That's why JVM is giving priority to this. So anything you have written here, right, any print statement, it is going to get the first priority. So it will print first, then it will come to the main method or whatever you have written, the system.out.println. Constructor is giving first priority. So there is some queue, right, for going to the temple, and this is the, suppose, the general queue, and this is for the VIP. So constructor consider as a VIP queue. It will get the first place when you go for any printout and all.
तो मेन मेथड से पहले आपका कंस्ट्रक्टर आ जाएगा बोल रहे हो?
Before main method also, correct. Constructor will be called first before main method. So this is also interview question. I ask many people in interview that if you have main method system.out.println to print something, and also you have as in constructor, which one is going to print first? They said main method, but that is a wrong. Constructor is
अगर
a
मेन मेथड पहले
VIP.
लिखोगे तो मेन मेथड
That
पहले
that
रन होगा
doesn't.
ना?
No. ट्राई करते हैं ना, ट्राई करने में क्या है?
ट्राई करो। अगर मेन मेथड पहले लिखोगे बाद में कंस्ट्रक्टर लिखोगे तो पहले कौन सा प्रिंट होगा?
देखते हैं। अच्छा है थॉट, सेम आउटपुट, राइट?
नाम
ओके,
क्यों वाइड ए सब्जेक्ट यूज नहीं करते कंस्ट्रक्टर में?
सॉरी
why you
सॉरी
are not using wide and public void? We are not using here, right? Just we are using constructor.
This is the syntax, Raghu. So this is the syntax. So you want to use public.
No, I know this is a syntax, but why you are not using
हाँ,
wide and public? Yeah.
no, just default I am putting. You can use it public also. There is, so see, public, private, uh,
वो
whatever you
मॉडिफाइड कर
want to use, you can use it. These are the modifier. This is optional. This is not mandatory. Okay. So within the package, if you don't put even mention it's a public or private, that's okay. Within the package, you can access. But yes, if you want to use it, you can use it.
So if
It's depend on your
you
program,
add any
right?
modifier also, it will print first constructor only.
There is there is no logic with modifiers and these things. Okay, constructor, simple, in simple word, constructor is a VIP person. Uh, uh, even this one will be the secondary person. Constructor is a special method. It will call first before even the main method. Now as per like Ropio's suggestion, we change also, right? More we put more this here also, and constructor on below, even it will not impact. This is the rule. Whatever in Java, that constructor will get the first priority, okay, before your main method. So this is also interview question. Your constructor will trigger first before the main method or even rest other methods, class, etc. Okay, this is the use of constructor. Okay, now this is constructor without parameter, right? Now we'll see one more class with the parameter. Okay, let me close this one. Any question, guys, didn't understand, please tell me. I can explain now only for constructor.
तो मेरे सिस्टम
Construct.
पे okay
Hmm.
I tried same example. Okay, public constructor, yeah, I'm getting first is that what you said, no, whatever name
Constructor.
added. Okay, those name is printing, then values. Okay, if I'm removing public, I'm just adding void and constructor, and below print I'm getting 0. Why?
Can you paste that code here in Skype? I can try. You can paste here.
Yeah, done.
Okay. Zero you are getting.
यहाँ पे void का मतलब क्या है?
और no return है.
Void हटाओ.
But why do you use void?
I'm trying.
Why you are
Okay.
using void?
I'm trying. Public used. Okay, public and constructor it is printing. And why it isn't, it
PIP
should
you are
give at
coming
least error,
first,
right?
right?
Why it is giving 0, my question.
No, you
Void
can't
का
use void. Nah, this is not a syntax for constructor. Constructor, either you can use a public directly, public, private, any modifier. That's it. You can't use a constructor as a void or int
Started.
or something.
Like, we cannot use
void
that.
is also a modifier.
No, no. Void is a return type.
Okay. So what does
Okay.
the void do?
If void means it will return nothing. But
Then
with
you are saying that it will return nothing, right? Here, if you are
void,
constructing and doing void, then it will not return anything, right? You're canceling
see,
everything.
Ropi or Raghu, for any constructor. So this constructor syntax is very simple. It should be as it is of the class name first. Okay,
Yeah.
you can't add these things, static, void, and all in constructor. Only you can add a modifier name. That's it. You can't put void and all in constructor. This is not a
If
syntax.
class and method name is different, then we can add void, right?
Right, that you can do, but with
Okay.
constructor you can't do these things. You
Mhm.
have to follow the syntax. So syntax is the constructor name should be as a class name only. That's it. And more like probably you can just access, if you want to access to other classes, you can make it public, private. That's it. You can do rest. Other you can't do anything. You can't add a void or int, a static, non-static. You can't do these things with constructor. Okay.
Only we can add modifiers in the
That's it.
constructor.
That's it. Yes,
Okay.
because it's a like same thing of a class, right? So in class also, suppose it's, so there every thing has a different purpose. Okay, we can't do experiment with those syntax. So they are saying if you have a constructor, it will going to get print first, then rest main method will come later. Okay, this is only the purpose. So here we can't do any changes here. Okay, you can do experiment, but it will fail. It will not give you the exactly what you want. Now you added void and all, it was giving 0. There is no logic to get it 0. 0 why you are getting? Because for int data type value, default value is a 0. Okay, it is not considering these things. That's why you are getting 0. It was just giving you the default value. It is logic wise the program was not running. That's why giving 0. Okay, anyway, so I'm just removing this one. Okay, okay, now we see without parameter. Now we'll see with parameter. Okay, the constructor with the parameter. So now in class level, I'm just creating R. So guys, you will just whatever we cover, just come from this, then we'll understand more. Return type, non-return type, no return type. If you not watch previous videos and all, then it would be difficult to understand. We have covered all, right? Parameter, non-parameter, argument, no argument, void. No, if return type is void, then what? If it's not return type void, then what? Or everything we covered in last session. Okay, now these are the two variables. Now we'll see constructor with parameters. So now constructor with parameter. So constructor with parameter, how it would be same as a class name. Call this your bracket start bracket close. This is the syntax. Okay, for the this, let it even move public also. We don't require public. Okay, now we need a parameter. To parameter, how to do parameter? Can anyone tell? Raghu, you don't tell. Now, any other? Any idea? I want to do two parameters because we have two here, right? One is string, one is int. Raghu, now you try. What to do?
Okay, inside you had add string. Yeah,
Hmm.
string. Can give,
Any name.
yeah,
So I'm saying car name.
yeah, comma. Again, integer int.
Int
Then year,
year build or something.
years you can give. Yes, you can add.
Year
Yeah, B.
year build.
Yeah.
Good. So this is called parameterized. So basically what I'm doing, so these there are two variables. I just declared, not initialize. So these are instance variables as declared, but not initialized. Okay, not initialized, just we have declared, not initialized. Now in constructor with parameters, right? There are two parameters because we have two variables. So we have put, we have to give a string. Okay, the first one is a string and you can put any name. Okay, same name also you can give, but I just for understanding we are putting some different, like car name, year build. Now in constructor what to do? So initialize, right? Now we'll initialize the value. Initialize the value. Now how to initialize?
Car equal to car
So
name.
correct. So car equal to car name, right?
Year equal
And
to
one
year.
more thing. Yeah. So one more thing. This is our this is global, right? And this is local. Because it has a within the
Package.
constructor only it has, right? So that's why this is my local variable and this is my uh, global variable. Means I can access within the class level, right, these variables. But this variable, it's called a local variable because within the constructor level only I can access it. That's why I put car means this car name, okay, and this year, I mean to say this year equal to, I am saying this year built. So this car will represent this one, uh, okay, this one will represent this one. Okay, this is what we did. Now we have done. Okay, now what we are going to do, main method. Now tell me how to access.
We need to create again
No, no,
object.
Raghu, you stop. Let's try other guys.
You have to call object first. So constructor no parameter
Mm-hmm. Okay.
um, space
Mm.
from access modifier. Sorry, what is that?
Object.
Object.
Object,
Suppose
yeah,
I give object.
is equal to
Mm.
card
Sorry.
car car space the class name. Constructor no parameter.
No, no, no. So creating a object first would be your class name, then any reference variable. What you want, object or anything. Anything you can put equal to the moment you say new.
Oh, sorry, new and constructor no
So
parameter.
that is creating a constructor. Okay. But now I'm getting error. Any idea why I'm getting error?
See, in constructor no value
पैरामीटर डिफाइन करना है.
add here only in constructor inside the
Only
bracket. What car
car.
Sorry,
name?
sorry.
See the car name no, we can
Ah,
add the values we can declare here only.
right, right. We are seeing in
So the
different
code,
way. Yeah.
the,
Now tell me why I'm getting error here.
that's
There
a
two
signal you have
construct
to give the values right here.
Right. So the first is car name, right? The moment I put double quote, it is showing car name. So I'm saying Honda. Now comma. Now again, right? So it's year
Yes,
bill
that's what-
2020. Okay. Now this is parameterize. Okay. Now system.out.println. Now what I'm saying, object, this is our reference variable, dot car. Now keep some space, again obj dot year. Now I should able to get the output. Okay, this is one way. Okay, this is one way, the constructor with the parameter things. We'll see another way. So give me let me run again the 2020, we should get it. Okay, so this is coming. Now suppose if I say, so what Raghu is saying,
I didn't tell
Raghu,
anything, bro.
okay. Okay, okay, then I will not try to do something. So this is the way. Okay, so basically constructor, this name also you can put this name also, there is no like, but it will create a confusion like which one. So this is the instance variable which is declared as a global. Okay, and this is the local variable. So these are the local, means within the constructor level only it is created. So these are considered as a local. So your global is considering equal to your this name, and this here is considering to your this whatever you mentioned. Now creating object while passing the parameter, because we in constructor only we have parameterized, that's why in
थोड़ा
here.
कंफ्यूजन है.
Okay, let
स्क्रॉल
me
अप ना,
एक,
स्क्रॉल
एक
अप.
सेकेंड, मैं दोनों निकाल के देता हूँ, फिर कंफ्यूजन दूर हो जाएगा. एक सेकेंड. ओके, नो पैरामीटर एंड
तो
पैरामीटर. हाँ.
आपका यहाँ पे आपने स्ट्रिंग एज ए कार और इंट एज ए ईयर आपने डिफाइन किया.
हम्म.
बाद में पैरामीटर सेट करते वक्त भी फिर से आपने उसको सेट किया, स्ट्रिंग एज ए कार नेम एंड इंट एज ए ईयर भी. क्यों दो
नहीं.
बार आपने उसको डिफाइन क्यों किया?
ओके, सो ये जो स्ट्रिंग कार है ये इंस्टेंस वेरिएबल है, ये ग्लोबल वेरिएबल है. अभी मैं ये चीज
हाँ.
को मैं फॉर एग्जांपल ये जो है क्लास लेवल है, ठीक है, ये क्लास लेवल है,
ओके.
बट मुझे कंस्ट्रक्टर पे इसका वैल्यू असाइन करना है. फॉर एग्जांपल
करेक्ट.
इनिशियलाइज करना है, तो मैंने क्या किया, कंस्ट्रक्टर में मुझे पैरामीटराइज करना है, मुझे क्लास में नहीं करना है, राइट. क्लास में हम लोग पैरामीटराइज नहीं कर सकते. आप कोई मेथड को ही पैरामीटराइज कर सकते हो या तो कंस्ट्रक्टर को कर सकते हो. तो कंस्ट्रक्टर में आप डायरेक्टली ऐसा नहीं लिख सकते हो कि स्ट्रिंग कार, ठीक है, स्ट्रिंग कार एंड ये
नहीं,
आप नहीं.
मैं यहाँ पे खाली कार और कार नेम कॉमा और ईयर नहीं लिख सकता. ईयर
नहीं
वेट
होगा ना, नहीं होगा ना.
स्ट्रिंग और इंट हटा के बाद में यहाँ पे मैं डिफाइन करूंगा.
नहीं, फॉर एग्जांपल आप बोल रहे हो ये दोनों नहीं चाहिए आपको, राइट, फॉर
नहीं नहीं,
एग्जांपल.
वो दोनों चाहिए. आपके जो
ओके.
कंस्ट्रक्टर पैरामीटर में आपने जो
हाँ.
स्ट्रिंग और इंट मेंशन किया है, मैं वो मेंशन नहीं
हाँ,
करूँ तो वो नहीं होगा.
ये कैसे होगा वो, कैसे होगा, ये उसको कैसे समझ में आएगा कि कार ये स्ट्रिंग होगा कि इंट होगा, प्रोग्राम को
आपने
तो
पहले
समझ
डिफाइन
में.
किया है ना.
नहीं, डिफाइन किया है, फॉर एग्जांपल आप
हाँ.
बोल रहे हो डिफाइन किया है, तो भी कैसे, वो आपको डेटा टाइप तो देना होगा. दिस इज द सिंटैक्स, आपको डेटा टाइप लिखना होगा सामने कोई भी. अभी मैं अगर डबल भी लिखता हूँ, ठीक
ओके.
है, डबल भी लिखता हूँ, बट यहाँ पे वो इसको नहीं मिल रहा है, ये कार इट्स नॉट कंसिडरिंग डबल, क्योंकि इसको मुझे जब मैं मोमेंट में स्ट्रिंग लिखूंगा तब इसको कंसिडर कर रहा है.
अच्छा.
डेटा टाइप आपको देना है पैरामीटर में, नहीं तो वो कंसीडर वो कंफ्यूज रहेगा कि ये जो कार है ये क्या है, इसका डेटा टाइप क्या है, ठीक है. तो पैरामीटर पे वो हमने लास्ट वीडियो में ये सारा चीजें डिक्लेयर ऑलरेडी डिस्कस किया है कि पैरामीटराइज में कैसे कैसे होता है. डेटा टाइप इज कंपलसरी पैरामीटराइज में. आप विदाउट डेटा टाइप यू कैन नॉट डिक्लेयर ए पैरामीटर.
ओके.
ओके, तो वो है मतलब. एनी अदर्स, फॉर अदर्स एनी क्वेश्चन, एनी confusion? So this constructor is a special method. It will execute first before, even before the main method, right, as simple as that. And this is a special kind of method we use basically to initialize the value of the class. Okay, and this can be like we can use public, private, all this modifier we can use. Okay, there is no issue with the constructor, and rules and all also we have declared it. Any question so far, guys? No parameter, parameter constructor. So the use of parameter only the moment you create the object, implicitly it will call by default. Even if you don't create parameter, right, if you don't create, sorry, constructor also, internally by default it has, the moment you create this object na, it will internally call. Okay, there would be by default constructor will be there internally, implicitly it will be there the moment you create an object. Okay, if you want to use you can use it, otherwise it's okay, but it would be there inbuilt. This is the way the program is designed. The moment you create an object, the constructor will be implicitly called. you can use the constructor, and the constructor name should be as class name. That is the same, differentiation. Any question, guys? Guys, tell me whether you understand or not, or do you want me to give another program logic?
Good for me.
Okay, right? You
I'm
got
good.
it, na?
I'm good.
So, see, those who have not completed all the videos, for them it would be little bit tricky to understand. So that's why I suggest go to the
Hmm.
previous videos and all and complete. So we have Raghu and others had asked many times void return, why return this and all. We now Raghu's even for others doubt also clear, right? When I say void is no return, so
ने वीडियो
because
देख के डाउट पूछेंगे क्लियर नहीं हुआ
sorry
है
sorry
वर्ड देख
हाँ हाँ
वर्ड देख वीडियो
आपने
देख के
आप
बाद क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे फिर से
अच्छा आपने देखा नहीं है क्या उसका?
मैंने
ओके
देखा
अच्छा
नहीं
हाँ तो उसमें ऑलरेडी है कि void है तो मैं बार बार रिटर्न नो क्यों बोलता हूँ
ठीक
एंड लाइक वो सारा चीजें मैंने कर दिया ऑलरेडी एंड उन आई थिंक मंजू यू आर क्लियर राइट विथ रिटर्न टाइप नो रिटर्न टाइप
Manju is not here. Yeah, I think
मंजू
it.
नहीं है
अच्छा
या
ओके एनीवे विनोद यू आर क्लियर राइट फॉर रिटर्न टाइप नो रिटर्न टाइप
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If void is there, it will not return. That's it.
राइट राइट okay so now do you want to start other topic static keyword and all or
अरे नहीं, ये practice कर लेंगे first.
okay
This
okay
this we I have not practiced this week completely.
okay
So
no
I need
problem yeah
को
yeah
वीडियो
I
भी देखना है
before
दो
I
क्लास का
before I go to the next topic please yes if you have not completed if you miss anything and I jump to next one you will not understand anything seriously so that is why just complete